Hey, what's up guys? It's been 2000 Joe, your friendly neighborhood Yu-Gi-Oh! Superhero, and today guys, I have a more serious topic. So, sit back, get yourself a cup of coffee, or, whatever beverage you prefer to drink, and we're gonna talk about my buddy Slim. Stick around. Alright, so my pal Slim did this video about why you shouldn't be ashamed to play Yu-Gi-Oh! And he made a lot of really, really good points. And I was inspired by him to make my own. I don't want to make a copy of his video. I wanted to just kind of add my own experiences and maybe, I don't know, maybe just add a few more points. I really just want to add to the conversation. So, before we get into that, I want you guys to go over and check out Slim's video first before you watch mine, because I think that he makes a lot of the most important points, and I think you should go check out his video first and then come back and watch mine. But, and I'll make sure that that's the top link in the pinned comment below when I get to it, and and it'll be in the description. It'll be the first link in the description. So go check this. So go check out Slim's video first. Have you done that? Have you went and talked to Slim? All right, good. So first of all, I took some notes from Slim's video because, Slim does things unscripted. I don't personally, because I'm kind of an awkward person and I do have a bad habit of going off on a tangent. So, so my video is only slightly scripted. I have, I'm gonna cover it, but I have bullet points. So so I'm not really scripted. I'm more like guided, but you get the point. So Slim talks about some of his personal experiences, and he brings up a lot of a lot of really good stuff. Like, he talks about how Yu-Gi-Oh! He compares it to sports, and people don't make fun of people who watch and enjoy sports. He talks about his own personal experiences. He talks about getting to get experiences, like traveling. He talks about all the friends you make. I think he also talks about, he said he has a personal story about how Yu-Gi-Oh! Brought him out of darkness. Excuse me. Pardon me. And I think we all all of us that play Yu-Gi-Oh! I think we have a similar story. But I'm going to just add to the conversation a little bit. So, reasons why you shouldn't be afraid of be ashamed to play Yu-Gi-Oh! One of the big ones that I think is, and Slim kind of hits on this one, is that all the people that play Yu-Gi-Oh! We all have different walks of life. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I think that, I have never met such a diverse group of people that play Yu-Gi-Oh! We're talking every race under the sun. I'm talking people on both sides of the political spectrum, every religion or lack of religion out there. It's just been, Yu-Gi-Oh! I find is interesting, and it's just, it's this, we're all kind of nerds in our own way. Slim's obviously not as much a nerd as, say, I am, with my, my superhero obsession, admittedly. But, it's one of those things that people have bonded over. I have friends that outside of Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm not sure I would be friends with them. So it's kind of, allowed me to be more open-minded and more inclusive in my own friend circle. And, Yu-Gi-Oh! Has taught me a lot over the years, and I want to expand on this even further, because the truth is, that's another thing that Yu-Gi-Oh! Has really benefited people. To quote DZ, he talks about when he, or not quote, I guess I'm going to paraphrase what DZ said in one of his recent videos. He was talking about how he learned certain words, he expanded his vocabulary for writing his college papers because of Yu-Gi-Oh! And I was like, huh, Education is something that Yu-Gi-Oh has inspired us to do. It's taught people to expand their vocab, like in the case of DZ. It's expanded people's knowledge of history and religions and other cultures. I mean, every archetype in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh is based off of something that already exists. Well, not everyone, but a lot of them are. Like the Tenway archetype is based on chakra points. We have the Noble Knights based off King Arthur. We have the Elemental Heroes based off of comic book superheroes. I mean, it's really fascinating that Yu-Gi-Oh is this culmination of everything that exists in the world all in one game. And I think that's one of the attractions of why it brings so many people from so many walks of life into one building where we all play one game together and just enjoy playing the game. I mean, and Slim hits on this. Yes, we have toxic people, but you know, what group doesn't? So you shouldn't be afraid of Yu-Gi-Oh because it's an inclusive game. Really, I mean, we have kids that play, we have parents that play, we have grandparents that play this game. I mean, Slim talks about how there's a famous football, or maybe not a famous football player because I don't really know, I don't pay attention to football, but there's a football player who's in the pros that plays Yu-Gi-Oh! I mean, we literally have people from every walk of life here. And I love that this game is so inclusive that it brings people together like that. That's a beautiful and wonderful thing about Yu-Gi-Oh! And about life in general, is when you can find something to bond with people over. So, and another thing that I want to say that is, you know, that this is another thing that, and Slim doesn't actually hit on this, but I think this is something that's very important when talking about the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! One thing that is a reason you shouldn't be ashamed that you play Yu-Gi-Oh! Is because Yu-Gi-Oh! Has actually created jobs. It has an economic impact in our society. I know that seems like, this might seem like a weird top choice to bring up, but it has. You know, it brings views to YouTube. It has provided YouTubers with the ability to make money doing what they love. It has provided people, like even people who are vendors, that's a job that's related to Yu-Gi-Oh! People who, even the pros, make a little bit of money. You know? With sponsorships from card shops and the prizing they get from these tournaments, it's not a lot, but it's something. Yu-Gi-Oh! Has created jobs. I mean, even like, think about it. It's a card game based off an anime. It provided a voice actor with work. It provided an artist with work. It provided entertainment for children, which helps out parents. I mean, let's face it, you know, if you have nieces, nephews, sons, daughters, whatever, you know what I mean, grandkids, you know that the quickest way to make them be quiet is to put on the TV. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be mean, I'm just saying. You know, a lot of people distract their children with television, and that's fine. I mean, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a great program to do that with. It teaches friendship above all. It teaches that love and respect are more powerful than hate and evil will ever be. So, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a wonderful phenomenon. And, you know, and Slim hits on this towards the end of his video. He talks about how that there's these you know, the voice of the naysayers versus the worldwide phenomenon, so to speak. I'm going to add something else to that. One thing that I would say is you have to remember, consider the source. Why does this person hate Yu-Gi-Oh! Or hate that you play Yu-Gi-Oh? The simple answer probably is, especially if you're like, say, a high school student, the answer is they are envious of you because you feel free to be who you really are. And they don't. That's the kind of people, the people that hate on you for your passions, that's really what it is when you get down to the core of it. They don't like you because you have chosen to be your true self. And they are still hiding that because they're ashamed of whatever it is that it makes them ashamed. You know, it's not, I mean, and it could be anything. It could be, you know, maybe they're still in the closet, maybe they're you know, maybe they're passionate about something geeky, but they're not as willing to come out about it. Or maybe they have you know, I don't know. It could be a number of things. Hey, maybe you know, they have a hobby that they don't want the world to know about because they think it's weird. Whatever. The point that I'm getting at is the people who are making fun of you for playing Yu-Gi-Oh, they are either so within their own bubble that they think anything that is without it, outside of that bubble, is wrong or whatever, or they're insecure people. And that's the thing. That's the nitty gritty of it. Anyone that's going to tell you that you're wrong for playing Yu-Gi-Oh is just insecure themselves. You know, and I could never dog somebody who plays Yu-Gi-Oh because at the end of the day, just for the fact that they play the game of Yu-Gi-Oh. I mean, it's just silly to hate somebody or to naysay on somebody just because they play a game. I think Slim is absolutely correct, and I just wanted to make this video and kind of add to that. If there's anything that you can take away from my video, I think that Slim says it better, but I'm going to go ahead and just kind of throw my own spin out there. Always feel free to be who you really are, because are you really living life if you're only half a person, you know, half the time, or only a whole person half the time? You guys knew what I meant. That's the point I want you guys to leave with here. Be who you really are, because there's no shame in that. There's no shame in this game. There's no shame in liking anything else out there that's a hobby. Nothing. Be who you are. I'm Ben 2000 YGO, I'm your friendly neighborhood Yu-Gi-Oh superhero. If you guys want to help me win the race with Yusei YGO Pro to race to 500 subs, make sure you hit that sub box and give this video a like. Also, if you get a chance, you know, go over, make sure that you go check out Slim's video again, and you know, tell him Ben 10,000 sent you. Alright guys, hopefully I'll see you next time. Peace.